the recording started. So hit symbol recording. The recording started. So each and everything available on the screen in my voice from the laptop is being recorded as a one video. One complete video is there. Some of the students have already used some of their software. So this OBS Studio, the free of cost open source software. Next, let us start the new drawing. Today we have to learn some basics of 3D drawing. Because in an object, I have given you the optional assignment. Can you convert your objects into the 3D also? So let's learn some of the basics. So let's consider that this is the this is the cube, viewing cube, and the grid is on. While we have to work on the 3D, we consider that the grid may be on. Now, if you look into the workspace, we have only the 2D tools are there. First, we have to change the workspace from 2D to 3D. How we can change? The common example is that I have already given you this example. This workspace over here. Yeah. So at the bottom, you can see that this is the workspace switch. If I click over here, so we have these three options available. Drafting and annotation means we are working on the 2D. If I move on to 3D, we have again two options: 3D basics and 3D modeling. Click on the 3D basics. So now once I click on the 3D basics, look at that. So the ribbon has been changed. Now we have a 3D tools available. Why we have separated the 2D and 3D tools? Because we have a limited workspace. Now we have to work on the 3D. Now, if I want to draw the box, what is the origin for drawing the 3D objects? There are major two options available. Option number one is that we have simple solids. We combine them, subtract them in such a way to obtain a shape. Or the second option is that we will first create the 2D shape and then convert it into the 3D. Say for example, if I want to make a polygon, click on the polygon tool. 4 sides, let's say the sides are 6. So I have drawn the inscribed hexagon. So is this hexagon is a 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional? 2-dimensional. And from which view right now I am viewing it? From which view I'm viewing it? What's the view? Top view. So in this, what this is called? Viewing cube. So how many direction it has? 4. East, west, north, south. We can also consider this like a positive x-axis, and E जो है positive x-axis, W negative x-axis. Otherwise, it's east, west, north, south. Four sides are there. Now, if I click on the top, I can see the top view. But if I click on the corner like a SE corner over here, click over here. Look at that. The cube has been changed. Shape of a cube has been changed. And now here you can see the object. The object is lying like a object is lying on the floor. Previously, while we have a top view, you can see that object is in front of us. So when we are looking from the top, तो इसमें ये था कि वी आर लुकिंग दी, but when I click on the corner, now we have a isometric view. Isometric view में ये लग रहा है कि फर्श पे पड़ा हुआ. And now another thing that you observe, what happens to this symbol? Well, इस symbol को क्या होगा भाई? What this symbol is called? UCS, Universal Coordinate System. While we were working on 2D, तो x और y दिखा रहा था बस. अब ये x और y और z तीनों दिखा रहा है, because we are in isometric view. अब ये 2D ऑब्जेक्ट है, इसको 3D ऑब्जेक्ट में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए what we can do, we have some tools available. The important tools to convert 2D into 3D is extrude. बस खींचेंगे बड़ा हो जाए. 2D में इसका क्या है, ऑब्जेक्ट के पास थिकनेस नहीं है, लेंथ विड्थ तो है, थिकनेस नहीं है. We have to provide only a thickness. So how we can provide a thickness? Let's zoom it. I will click on the extrude tool over here, extrude, and select the object. Object is selected. After selecting the object, I have to press enter key. When I press enter key, the object is live. It can move upward and down. I have moved upward and click over here. Can you see the object is 3D available? कोई मुश्किल सा लग रहा है, पता नहीं क्या लग रहा है, because it's a wireframe. Viewing 3D में there are several viewing options are there. Can you see this menu, layers and view menu? ये आपके पास आ रहा है. यहाँ पे कौन सा व्यू सिलेक्ट है सर? 2D wireframe. इसको क्लिक करें and then say that shades of gray. Shades of gray. इसको क्लिक करो. Now you can see that the object is 3D. Shades of gray. We have other options also. Like we can say that conceptual, hidden. अब hidden में क्या है? बैक साइड वाली चीजें नहीं दिखा रहा, जो 2D में दिखा रहा था. रियलिस्टिक, अगर मटेरियल अप्लाई होगा तो रियलिस्टिक का अलग यूज होगा. एंड देन लाइक एक्सरे, स्केची, अगर ये पेन से स्केच बनाए हो जिस तरह आपने बनाए थे, तो स्केची लग रहा है ऑब्जेक्ट. We work on the shades with edges on. Let's move back to the top view. Now I'm in the top view. I can rotate the axis exactly same. Now I am here drawing the object with the line tool. Line tool के साथ कोई सा भी ऑब्जेक्ट, कोई सा भी शेप बना लेते हैं, रैंडम सा. ये बन गया कोई सा शेप. Now this shape is to be extended. So let's move back again to the AC isometric view. Okay. So this is the shape we want to extrude. अब मैं extrude command click करूँ. Click on the extrude command. Click on the object. तो सिर्फ एक लाइन सेलेक्ट हो रही है. ठीक है, सिर्फ एक लाइन सेलेक्ट हो गया. अगर तो मैं एक्सट्रूड करूं, क्लिक ओवर हियर, एंटर, तो ये सिर्फ एक पतली सी दीवार आ रही है, पूरा ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं हो रहा. क्यों नहीं हो रहा? लाइन ना ज्वाइन ना एंथ, ये जेके लाइंस हैं, अलग अलग है, अलग अलग. Recall your memory while we have learned about the offset command. लाइन अलग अलग थी ना, मुश्किल था ऑफसेट बनाना. But if we join together, then offset was easy. So how we join the different lines? What was the command? ऑब्जेक्ट को ज्वाइन करने के लिए कौन सी कमांड थी? नहीं नहीं, ज्वाइन, JOIN ज्वाइन था। ना ना, ग्रुप जो मतलब अलग है। ॾिसो ग्रुप जो मतलब है त ऑब्जेक्ट पंहिंजी पंहिंजी ख़ासियत में रखंदा, पर सिर्फ़ मां स्टेपल वारो कमु कंदुसि। स्टेपल हुननि खे रुॻो गॾु करे रखंदो आहे त जीअं हेॾा होॾा थियनि। त ग्रुप जो मतिलबु आहे त ऑब्जेक्ट पंहिंजी ख़ासियत में रहंदो, पर जंहिं महिल मां हुनखे हैंडल कंदुसि त गॾु मूव थियो। जॉइन जो मतिलबु आहे त इन्हनि जी जेकी पाण में एजिस आहिनि उहे मिक्स थी हिकिड़ो ऑब्जेक्ट ठही। दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन दैट। So I'm selecting all the objects and then write JOIN, join. Press enter. Now, if I click on the object after joining command, by a single click, the whole object is selected. Now I can do the extrude. Select the extrude. Select the object. Now, if I'm now look at that, I'm selecting any of the edge, the whole object is being selected. So here, press enter, and this is extrude. जेतिरो वॾो ठाहिणो, can extrude more than one object simultaneously. Say for example, we have these two objects. I have selected the extrude tool. Select both the objects. Press enter. Now both the objects are continuously being extruded. Inner object and outer object both are extruded simultaneously. But now here there is a one change that I want to make. I want to extrude the inner object must have a higher length. The inner object I want to have a taller. So I can use extrude command again. Click, select the inner object, click over here, press enter, and again I can do the extrude. Can I do the extrude? No, the extrude cannot be used for this again. Why? There's a problem. So let's move back, undo, undo, undo. This is the original object. Another command that we can use in spite of extrude is the pull press. Press pull. I'm going to call it pull press, but name is press pull. This command is more powerful than the extrude. What we can do, if I click on the press pull, I can enter into the objects and extended only the external wall. ऐं अंदरे खे अलॻि सां मां करणु चाहियां, अंदरे ऑब्जेक्ट खे मां वठी अलॻि सां करे। Let's draw another object. If I draw any object through the polyline, if I draw any object through the polyline, I don't have to use a join command. Polyline पाणे join होगा. I use a polyline. And then if I use a press pull, click over here, so the object can be extended. Any object can be drawn. Let's move back to the top view. Why don't I start the drawing number 8? In the drawing number 8, we have a flange, top view for the flange. So this was the flange that we have. Let's convert this drawing into the 3D. It's a 2D drawing. I can convert it into the 3D. How I can convert into 3D? What was the dimension for this object, or whatever the dimension are there? Let's move to the AC isometric. Okay. Now this time I will not use the extrude command. I will use the press pull. Press pull. And say that okay, this object should be extended. Dual object. So this object is extended. The object extend हो गया. Consider the wireframe view. Again press pull. Second is extended for the same arc. Third is extended. The fourth is extended. Then we have this section, third section. I can rotate, I can change the view. I can change the view to achieve the higher object. So the 2D object is being converted to the 3D. There is a method to view this all, like fixed views, e.g. views and already. Another view is the orbital view. Here, in this tool, there is a one toolbar which is called as orbit. When I click on the orbit, now I can see it like the object is in my hand. I can rotate any direction, view that how the object looks like. Let's learn some more about the press pull, what we can do with the press pull. For example, I'm going to draw one circle. Let's draw another circle inside it, sitting the same origin. Two circles are there. So what I'm doing, I'm using the press pull. I'm extending the first object and the second object. The two objects are created. अब ये दो सर्कल्स हैं किसी भी डायमेंशन. How we can consider the press pull to some certain height. Click on the press pull. Click the object between. Now, as I'm moving upward, and if the dynamic UC, this dynamic input is on, so here you can see that the object height is visible, 3.2 inches. If I say that exactly 3, if I add 3, enter, so height of this object increases up to 3 inches. For the second object, say that I'm clicking over here, clicking this object, the height of object I want to increase to 1 inch only. So now these are the precise measurements. You can also give a precise measurement. Now look at that. Suppose that I want to create a one hole inside this. How I can create a hole inside it? A throw hole. आर पार बिल्कुल सुराख हो जाए. ये create हम. So here for this, what you have to do, at the toggle buttons, you have to look to this option. Dynamic UCS on. Can you see this? At the toggle buttons, can you see this symbol? Dynamic UCS. Is the dynamic UCS is on? You on it? If it is on, if it is not available, say for example, if it is not available, no problem. What you have to do, you have to click on these 3 lines. Click on these 3 lines, and you can check where the dynamic UC is available. This is dynamic input. No, dynamic input and dynamic UCS. This is dynamic UCS. So check out this dynamic UCS and on it. Once you on it, Now you can draw the objects directly on any 3D object. So right now I need to draw one circle, one hole. कितने diameter का hole होना चाहिए? Let's say I'm selecting the circle and selecting the center for this object. Center for this object. Okay. The axis is different. Circle. So I have drawn a circle for about 1 inch. 1 inch diameter circle I have created. So I want to make a hole. So I have two options available while I can consider the press pull. I can click on the press pull, go to the center object. I can click over here. If I move upward, there will be extension. Object बढ़ जाएगा. But if I move downward, what happens? क्या बन गया भाई? A hole. This can be easily viewed by 3D orbital tool. देखिए इसके अंदर होल बन गया. सिर्फ एक ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर होल बना है, दूसरे के ऊपर होल नहीं बना क्योंकि मैंने इसको सिलेक्ट नहीं किया. Again, we can select the standard view. We can see it from the top. You can see isometric lines. In order to give a color, what we do, click on the object, then right click, go to the properties, and then here the color for the object is by layer. I can change the color to any color. Properties are being closed. Please look at the screen. कुछ exercise था इधर. Polyline. हिन जे विच में मां वरी कुछ सेक्शन थो ठाहे. ठीक है, ही टे डिफरेंट सेक्शन है ना. इन्हनि जो if I use a press pull, I can have a different extensions. हिन जी वधीक extension आहे, हिन जी थोड़ी घटि आहे, हिन जी अञा घटि आहे. त स्टेप्स ठही हले. मूंखे ॾाकण जा स्टेप्स ठाहिणा आहिनि. I can use a rectangle tool. Rectangle tool ठाहियो. ठीक है, मां हिन खे कॉपी थो कयां. Select copy. Steps ठाहिणा आहिनि. Select this object and copy. हिन एंड ते कॉपी करे पेस्ट कंदो वञा. 1 2 3 4 steps ठाहिणा आहिनि. So let's consider press pull. ही ऑब्जेक्ट वधीक आहे, ॿियो ऑब्जेक्ट खां थोरो घटि आहे, टियों अञा घटि आहे, चौथों अञा घटि आहे, पंजो अञा घटि आहे. So we can draw the on a negative side also. Now, what is the good thing about the press pull? Can I extend it further? Yes. If I click on the object, I can extend it further. I can do the alteration. So now the objects are created. Now you are asking about the hollow surface. So you have to make two circles. two circles. So that I cross circle thayo, but be circle times. And बिना सर्कल जे विच में जो डायमीटर है ना वो मुझे ऑब्जेक्ट जो थिकनेस हो जेतरी ऑब्जेक्ट थिकनेस है उन में उतरो ने जो गैप हो now I just press pull just extend the external object see external object एतरो थी होलो can use a orbital tool to view this the thickness है तालुक बिन सर्कल्स है उन जो पेरी ता जेतरो एरिया रखंदो वो सागो काउंट now I have told you that we have two methods to draw the 3D object. The first method was to convert the existing object, existing drawing into 3D. So on that, we have only used two tools, extrude and press pull. Now let's consider drawing the objects directly as a 3D. Say for example, we are over here. If I click the arrow below the box, so we have these tools available. Say for example, if I have to draw the box, I can draw a box directly with the exact dimensions. Let's click on the box. When I click on the box, what is visible on what is written on the bar, status bar? Specify first corner. So I have to click on the any of the corner. Then as a dynamic UCS on, so you can see that the dimensions are active. Let's say I want to draw 8 by 10 a rectangle for 8 by 10. So one dimension is 8. I will press 8. Then I use a tab key in order to jump to the second dimension. Tab key. And I press 10. So now the base rectangle is 8 by 10. And I press enter. The two dimensions has been confirmed. Now the third dimension is only visible or only flexible now. I have to adjust the third dimension. As the dynamic UCS is on, let's say I want to make it as a 6 point. I will write 6, enter. By this, I can exactly draw a cuboid by our own dimension. This is the method to draw the cuboid. Exactly, we can draw the cube. Say, for example, I'm not in a realistic mode. Edit shades of gray. Let's consider again a box. Click on the surface. Now here I want to make an exact cube for 5 points. So how we can do that? I will say 5, tab 5, enter, upward 5, enter. Exactly a cube established. If I want to draw any surface on a surface, make sure that this dynamic UCS is on. Now I can create a polygon. This time polygon, I want to draw a pentagon. I want to select this circle, center of this object. So how we can select a center of a cube? Center of cube is difficult to find out, but I can use a one trick. What is the trick? I can draw one line from one corner to another corner. The midpoint of a corner is exactly the center for the cube also. Now again go to the polygon. 5 corners. I want to draw the pentagon. Okay, press enter. Center of a polygon. I want to start a center of polygon. I will click on the center of a line and then say inscribe or circumscribe. Let's say this time circumscribe. And I have drawn a polygon. Click on the dimension. Now I will erase the line that I have drawn. Select the line. Only one object. So line is selected, I have deleted. Now I can use a press pull to make a hole or extend the object. All the options are available. I can extend it a hole. So this object has now the hole throughout. R par hole थी ये लोग. चलो R par hole आना है. You can go to the standard view, AC isometric. Can I move this object? Can I move the 3D object? What is the method to move the 2D object? We have a simple. Now here, when you click any of the object while you are in a 3D view, you will see these 3 color arrows: red color arrow, green color arrow, and this blue color arrow. The 3 arrows are there. And if you compare them, the red color means the x-axis, green means, and Z is for z-axis. So I can click on the red arrow and move this object into the, if I want to move object into the one dimension, so in spite of this polar tracking, I will consider the ortho mode. What is the benefit of ortho mode? Object either will move in either in x-axis or in y-axis, so it becomes easy. It will not distract us. So now I'm clicking on the red color arrow and moving just backward. So the two objects are combined together. I want to move this object little bit towards the y-axis. So a little bit towards the y-axis. Can I move object towards the z-axis? Yes, I can move this object towards the z-axis also. Towards the x-axis also. Any of the position can be considered. Now I have several points are there. He notes intersection. They are interfering. Click on the objects. So we can move the object. Also, can we, now how many objects do we have? We have two different objects. Can we convert them into the one object? Yes, we can convert them into the one object. Select these two objects. And here we have a tool union. Union means join. So press the union. Select these two objects. Press the union. Being union. 3D command support both surfaces. I have these some objects. I have select these all objects. Consider the join. The error is there. I don't know what's so how we can join them. Select the union. Select the first object. Press enter. Select the second object, or select both objects and press enter. By this you have objects joined together. We have another tool for the subtract. Here, for example, if I have drawn one box and I have drawn one cone cylinder, I've drawn one cylinder, and I'm moving this cylinder towards the x-axis. So let's consider the intersection. For intersection, I want to intersect the cuboid from the cylinder. So I will select the subtract this object from the second object. So a subtracted object can be created. And the third section is the intersection. In between the object can be obtained. So how we draw the cylindrical objects? First we have learned how to draw the box. Second is how to draw the cylinder. How we draw the cylinder? Click on the cylinder. What is available? For the cylinder, we have to draw one base. The base of a cylinder is a circle. Either you draw the circle as a considering the diameter or the radius. Once the diameter is drawn, then you have to give the height of the cylinder. Say, for example, height of a cylinder is 10, so the cylinder is being drawn. The third is the third object in the solid shape is the cone. Cone is very similar to drawing as in of a cylinder. So first we have to define the diameter. After defining the diameter, the object is extended itself, and we have to give the height. Say, for example, I'm giving the height as 20. Can we draw a cone on the cylinder? Yes, we can draw the cone on the cylinder. Consider cone. The center of a cone is the center of the circle, and to the end, then I move upward. So the two objects are combined together to form one object. Yes, can we rotate the object? Yes, we can rotate the object. Here there is a tool available. Here we have a move, and behind it we have a rotate tool. If I click on the rotate tool, you say that select the object. I want to rotate the cone. Select over here, and now I have to consider the base point. Base point is the center layer, and then the angle of rotation. The angle of rotation, say for example 180. Tilting 0. Rotate, select the object, enter, specify the base point, rotation. Now we have to consider the x-axis. So x-axis is this one, angle. Similarly, you can draw the other objects like a sphere. For the sphere, we need one center point and a diameter. For the pyramid, we have to consider the base of a pyramid. If the base of a pyramid is a square, so the consider center point or a base of a point square pyramid can be drawn. Similarly, we can draw the wedge, a triangular object. You have to draw the base and then the angle. And we can use a torus like a cube. Look at over here. We have this flange. Flange is a circular object. There is one method, easy method to draw the flange, converting it directly into the 3D. What we have, I have selected half of the flange. Then I will use a revolve tool. So click on the revolve tool, say that select the objects. I will select these all objects. Press enter, and I say that specify the axis. Now, axis is to be defined is the center point. This is the center point. Now, if I move to the AC isometric, now look at that. I can draw a live object. कितना बनाना है? कितनी एंगल का? 120, 180 या पूरा 360 का बनाना है? कितना भी ऑब्जेक्ट बनाना हो, we can do this. Let's say 360 complete circle. Complete circular object बन गया. We have a cross section. आधा कटा हुआ ऐसा था ना, कटे हुए से के दो हिस्से थे, ऊपर वाला नीचे वाला. So I have taken only a quarter of that. पहले कितना था? था ना पूरा. तो मैंने इसके नीचे वाला हिस्सा काट दिया, सिर्फ आधा हिस्सा अपने पास रखा, क्वार्टर. ठीक है. Then I use the AC isometric. इसी आइसोमेट्रिक में तो ये फर्श पे एक टुकड़ा सा पड़ा हुआ है, राइट। आई वांट टू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू द 3D। अगर मैं 3D, इफ आई यूज अ प्रेस पुल, तो प्रेस पुल से क्या करेगा, ये उसकी हाइट बना देगा। मुझे हाइट तो चाहिए नहीं, मुझे सर्कुलर ऑब्जेक्ट चाहिए, रिवॉल्व चाहिए। ऐसे देन प्रेस पुल इज नॉट यूजफुल। आई वांट टू यूज अनदर टूल which इज कॉल्ड रिवॉल्व। कोई सा भी ऑब्जेक्ट रिवॉल्व करके गोल गोल सा बना सकते, बट वी नीड वन सेक्शन ओनली। पूरा नहीं चाहिए, उसका एक सेक्शन चाहिए, एक क्वार्टर चाहिए। Do we have a quarter available? Okay. Now I will select the revolve tool. Now what is written? Okay, select the object to revolve. तो ये जो व्हाइट कलर वाले जितने भी ऑब्जेक्ट है ना, मैं सबको सिलेक्ट कर दूँ। तो सबको सिलेक्ट कर दिया, प्रेस एंटर, सारे सिलेक्ट हो गए। आई विल क्लिक द एंटर कमांड फॉर द कंफर्मेशन। अब ये कह रहा है कि एक्सेस बताएं कि कौन से एक्सेस पे से गोले घुमानी। मैं कहूँगा एक्सेस तो मेरा ये सेंटर लाइन थी ना, सेंटर लाइन ड्रॉ हम इसलिए कर रहे हैं। तो आई विल क्लिक द 2 points on this green color center line. One from one end, second from the any of the end. Now the rotation started. कितनी बनाना है, कितना इसको आप बनाना। अब ये एंगल आ रही है, अगर मैं ऐसे कहूँ कि वन एंड 80 तो आधा बन जाएगा, ऐसे 90 तो क्वार्टर सा बन जाएगा, इफ ऐसे 360 कंप्लीट सर्कुलर ऑब्जेक्ट इज क्रिएटेड। लेट कंसीडर 360, तो ऑब्जेक्ट इज क्रिएटेड। अब इसके अंदर होल नहीं है, इसके अंदर होल नहीं है, अदरवाइज द ऑब्जेक्ट इज बिफोर यू। ऑर्बिट, ऑर्बिट में इफ आई यूज ऑर्बिट, ये 3D ऑब्जेक्ट बन चुका है आपका, ये है ना, अंदर से खोखला है। Another tool is the loft. Another tool is the loft. ये है loft. Sometimes we have difficult shapes to draw. Difficult shapes. How much difficult? Like a vase. Vase नीचे से छोटा सा राउंड है, फिर ऊपर से बड़ा आता है, फिर छोटा हो जाता है, फिर बड़ा हो जाता है। Vase देखा ना? Can we draw the vase? Move back a vase. इस तरह का कोई वेज बनाना हो तो here we say that we have a one circle at the bottom, दूसरा सर्कल यहाँ खत्म हो जाता है, तीसरा सर्कल यहाँ आ रहा है, फिर चौथा सर्कल यहाँ आ रहा है, फिर पांचवा सर्कल आ रहा है, 4-5 सर्कल है, फिर जाके ये बेस बन रहा है। इफ आई कंसीडर हियर दिस बेस, इसमें भी बहुत सारी ज्योमेट्री है। So such a type of complicated objects like are the ducting. ये डक्टिंग की शेप्स है ना, यहाँ पे गोल है, ये यहाँ पे गोल हो रहा है, कहीं से कुछ हो रहा है। So these ducting shapes can also be drawn in AutoCAD. Consider where over here. So let's draw the first simple objects. Circle. I have drawn a one small circle and another circle on the same circle with the larger diameter. Larger diameter वाले को let's move upward. इसकी z axis की कोई height दे देते हैं, आगे height. So these two are apart from each other, z axis. So if I want to use a loft, click the objects, click first object, click the second object. तो ये ऑब्जेक्ट बन गया 3D में, रियलिस्टिक कर रहे थे। Then consider a loft, first object, second object, press enter. The object is created. If I want to create further more, तो एक और सर्कल बना लेते हैं। इसका सेंटर रखते हुए, and I am moving this circle again upward. ठीक है, now consider the lofts. Select first object, second object, third object. Press enter. तो ये इस तरह का लॉफ्ट बन गया. अगर और ज्यादा कंप्लीट करना है, कंसीडर अनदर सर्किल आल्सो. इसी में से सर्किल को थोड़ा सा मैंने बढ़ा दिए. इसकी थोड़ी सी हाइट बढ़ा दी. ठीक है. Now consider lofts. First object, second, third, and the fourth. So a complicated object can also be created with the loft, huh? So we have talked about these almost all the objects: extrude, revolve, loft, press, pull, union, subtract, line, rectangle, and these tools are very similar. Sweep. The last tool today is sweep. What's the purpose of a sweep? Say, for example, if I have to draw the piping. So let's use the polyline to draw the piping path. Then I use the arc. Then I use a line. Where this? This is a path. One path is created, and I want to have a piping. एक सर्कल बना लेते हैं इसके लिए. अब छोटा सा सर्किल है. I want to draw this along the path. What we can do, we will click on the sweep. We say that sweep, select the object to sweep. ये वाला ऑब्जेक्ट है, इसे मैं स्वीप करना चाह रहा हूँ. And say that okay. अब कह रहा है कि पाथ बता दे. say that पाथ जो है ये वाली लाइन है. तो ये ट्यूब बन गया इस तरह. Now a railing pipe can be made from it. Any of the piping system can be made through this. अब ये क्या सर्कल ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए? नहीं, ऑब्जेक्ट तो कोई सा भी हो सकता है. से फॉर एग्जांपल इस वक्त मेरे पास सर्कल था. आई कैन कंसीडर द रेक्टेंगुलर और क्यूबॉइड. ये स्क्वायर है. स्वीप स्वीप करना है इस स्क्वायर को, एंड सरफेस पाथ इज दिस वन. तो ये सरफेस पाथ बन गया.